Welcome back to Packs and Picks, and welcome to the third sealed pool for Lord of the Rings Tales of Middle-earth. Just like usual, before the video I sorted the cards and collected my thoughts on the pool, so let's dive in and see what we've got. Taking a look at the rares, first off, huge flavor win in this pool. We got Gandalf, we got the Balrog, and Flame of Anor too as a little extra. So pretty flavorful there. Already I'm looking to go either black-red or black or red-blue. We also got Display of Power, Delighted Halfling, and Lotho. So those are our rares. Like I said, these two here definitely going to be the big pulls for me. So I'm hoping that the rest of the pool shows support for either one of those color pairs. Let's take a look at the multicolored cards and the fixing and just see what else we have there. So we've got Guahir, got Legolas, Shadowfax, Theoden, got a Friendly Rivalry, copy of Wizards Rockets, a little bit of fixing there, Lembas, and 2 copies of Shire Terrace, which is a little slow, so I'm hoping I don't have to rely on this for any mana fixing in the deck. But those are our multicolored cards and our fixing. So just looking at these cards here, I'm still going towards either Gandalf in the red-blue or the Balrog in the red-black. So the first thing I did when I was looking at this pool was I'm going to look at the white and the green cards just to convince myself there's nothing there tempting me away from those 3 colors in the Balrog or the Gandalf. So let's see what we've got. We're going to start with white because we do have Shadowfax and Theoden here, so I'm kind of curious if there's some white support, if maybe that's going to pull me toward like a white-red or white-red-black maybe with throwing in the Balrog there. So that was where I looked first, was at the white cards, so we'll go ahead and lay those out and take a look at the white cards. All right, so in the white cards, there really wasn't too much here. We did have 2 copies of Hobbit Sting, but as far as the rest of the pool, there wasn't too much that was really pulling me, which, you know, honestly, I wasn't too sad about because I didn't want to make this any harder than it had to be between choosing through the Balrog or Gandalf. So, yeah, we had 2 copies of Hobbit Sting, but other than that, not a lot of food generation to really abuse this card. And no other big synergies that I was seeing out of this white pool. I do like Landreval, 3/4 flyer, but other than that, nothing too crazy in the white pool. So let's take a look at the green cards and see if there's anything there. The green cards definitely did have some more food support, but the downside here in this pool is that means I would have to run kind of a green-white build and potentially give up on the red-black or red-blue cards in the pool. So a little bit of fixing here, but not as much as I usually see in green. You have a little bit more food token support and things like Peregrine Took, but no fight effects really, nothing that green typically does in a green pool. So also glad to see that green's not really tempting me too much away from red-black or red-blue. So where does that leave us? Well, spoiler alert, I did end up going red-black with this build, and really because the support in blue was looking more like a kind of controlling the board state like blue does. Here's the blue pool here. We had 2 copies of Bewitching Leafcraft. We got the Horses of Bruinen, Isolation at Orthanc, 2 copies of the Hithlane Knots, and a little bit of a mass synergy here as well. So definitely a lot of control cards coming out of blue. But as we look in the final build of the deck in the black-red version, there's a lot more creature destruction and permanent removal coming out of black-red that tempted me more away from the blue version. But it's still a big question mark going forward is, you know, could you make a blue-red work with this package of cards? So let's take a look at what the ultimate deck looked like. It was a black-red deck. I'll kind of lay it out here. Let's get the Balrog back because he's our Showstopper. Try to lay it out by mana curve. So as I mentioned, there's a decent amount of permanent removal in red and black in this pool that I stuck with. That being said, it was a pretty tough pool in that there weren't a lot of great support cards beyond the permanent removal that we had. So we do have 2 copies of Claim the Precious. This is a big reason to go to black. We also have a copy of Lash the Balrog. So we've got a lot of removal in our black side here. We do have 2 copies of Ranger's Firebrand as well for a little bit of burn. And then from previous videos, you might know that I've been looking for a reason to play the Mordor Trebuchet, so we got another one in this pool. So I'm excited to try that out, even if it might not be the best of cards. And of course, up at the top end, we've got the Balrog trying to close out the game. So this is what the deck looks like. Thank you so much for watching. Like I said, the big question in this pool is, would you go with the red-blue build to get Gandalf in there and try to combo off with Flame of Anor or maybe Display of Power? And also let me know if I'm overlooking something in the green and the white. Maybe is there a red-white option with Shadowfax and Theoden? And stay tuned because we will be playing this deck against the other decks that we've built in this format. See you next time.